Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi at-tahirin. Today we are continuing with our lessons of comparative religion, and we're talking about comparative aspects between Christianity and Islam. So this, inshallah, will be the last lesson if we could fit it all into this one 20 to 30 minutes. So the first thing that we're going to look at in a section of common teachings, there's a lot of differences that can be discussed in the details, like where was Prophet Isa born? Was the manger or at a, and we have in the Quran at the trunk of a palm tree. So you have these contrasting things that could occur with differences between the um, reports you find in the so-called New Testament and what we have in the Quran. So, and you could probably have some different aspects when studying the authentic and reliable narrations, which would require finding those authentic and reliable narrations as well. But just briefly, let's have a little look at some aspects. So, the birth of Isa alayhi salam. We find in the Holy Quran that the day that Prophet Isa was born, we find that the day that Prophet Isa is born, that there's indication of it being a good day, a special day. So it's so we see in the Holy Quran, "Wasalamu alayya," and salam upon me, and peace upon me. Is Prophet Isa talking? Allah is conveying to us in the Quran. Yauma wulidu Yauma wulidtu wa yauma amutu wa yauma ub'athu hayya. Peace upon me, the day I was born, wulidtu, and the day I die, amutu, and the day I am raised alive, ub'athu hayya. So these are three very important times for any human being. The day you're born, the day that you die, and the day where you're resurrected. So this shows us that there is there's that there's that this shows us about the salam upon Isa, the day he was born, the day he dies, and the day he's raised alive. This Surah 19, ayat 33. And Surah 19 is Surah Maryam. Surah Maryam, named after, it talks a lot about about Lady Maryam in this surah of the Quran, and also mentions about Prophet Zachariah, and some things about Yahya, John. So, anyways, Christianity and Islam agrees that the that the that the conceivement of Prophet Isa, of Jesus alayhi salam, was a miracle. That is that Lady Maryam alayhi salam, she conceived him without a father, a miraculous birth. Allah allowed it to be, and it was without the need of a father, this is stepping outside of the natural system of things. The natural system of the things is that Allah has made it where there has to be a male and a female, and when they come together, this is how Allah allows and makes the child. But in this case, it was outside of the normal natural system. This was a miraculous birth without a father. However, the narrative of the story of Prophet Isa salam, about in regards to the details of his birth, from what is found in the Gospels, narrations, and our side differs. It differs. So, but the day he was born, this is a good day. So in Luke 2:7, it states that Jesus was wrapped and laid in a manger because there was no room at the inn. In Matthew 1 and 2, it indicates that Nabi Isa alayhi salam, of course, uh, it indicates that Nabi Isa alayhi salam was born in Bethlehem, Beitul Laham. And we have a hadith as well, um, in Tafsir Qumi, that indicates it's the Miraj story. Um, that indicates that Prophet Isa was born in Beitul Laham, Bethlehem. So in Quranic verses, we note many important things about the birth of Prophet Isa alayhi salam. First, he was born without a father to his mother Maryam alayhi salam, who was never touched by a man. So she was not unchaste. She was not unchaste. She was a chaste lady. She said in Surah 19, Ayat 20 of the Holy Quran, transinterpretation of it, how shall I have a how should I have a child, seeing that no human being has ever touched me? Seeing that uh we don't have the Quranic Arabic here, but it's let's just check it here quick. This is Surah 19, verse 20. Um we have here she said that's Surah 19, verse 20. So she said, Kalat Anna yakunu li ulamun walam yamasani basharun walam aku bagia. She said, how can I have a son when no bashar has touched me? So, anyways, nor have I been unchaste. Nor have I been unchaste. So, Prophet Isa alayhi salam was born without a father. And in the Quranic narrative that Allah the Exalted revealed to us, Jesus is born at the bottom of a date palm tree. We find in this Holy Quranic verses, Surah 19, verses 23 to 25. I'll read just the transinterpretation of it. And the birth pangs brought her to the trunk of a date palm tree. She said, Ya laytani, mitu, kabla hadha. Oh, as if laytani has a kind of meaning here. Would that I would have died before this kind of meaning. Maybe if I'm remembering correctly, it's a kind of thing. Wa kuntu nasiyan mansiya, and become a forgotten thing. They transinterpret as beyond call. So it's become a thing forgotten. Therefore, he called her from below her, saying, and there's different opinions amongst the Mufassirs on who is calling. Was it angel or is it Prophet Isa talking? So you could refer to research on that area and see what kind of thing um, uh, it is. Maybe some would suggest that since he's calling from under her, this is indicating Prophet Isa talking. Maybe some would suggest that. So, anyways, said, do not grieve. Do not grieve. Allah tahzani. Do not grieve. Kad ja'ala rabbuki tahtaki sariya. Your Lord has made a spring flow under you. Wahuzi ilayki. So, and shake the trunk of the date palm tree, and freshly picked dates, or this transinterpretation of it is fresh dates will fall upon you, will drop upon you. Surah 19, ayat 23 to 25. So now we have another important story to talk about is the crucifixion. The crucifixion is a vital belief amongst Christianity. Christianity believes that Jesus was crucified and killed. In Islam, we do not accept this. However, I think there's a misconception that goes around about this amongst common people. Maybe it's portrayed in movies. You have to take TV very critically sometimes because they who has compiled this TV show, even if it's coming from Shia lands, there's always problems and things added, and so you got to be a little critical and know your religious beliefs and your belief system and look into the history of things a bit. So, anyways, we have in the Holy Quran, we have as for their saying, Inna katalna al-Masih, al-Masiha Isa ibn Maryam, Rasulullahi. So, and as for their saying, we killed the Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, the messenger of God. Wama kataluhu, wama salabuhu. They did not kill him, and they did not crucify him. Walakin shubbiha lahum. But it was made to look similar to them. It was made to they had translated as appear to them. It was made to look uh like it did, like it did to them. Shubbiha. This word has used for like similar things, like emulating or not emulating, imitating kind of idea. So indeed, those who differ, wa inna ladina ikhtalifu fihi lafi shakkin minhu. And verily, indeed, those who differ concerning him are surely in doubt about him. Ma lahum bihi min ilmin illa ittaba'a adhanni or adhanni. Wama katuluhu yakina. They do not have knowledge. They do not have knowledge of that beyond their then probability maybes, probabilities maybes. And certainly they did not kill him. Surah 4, ayat 157. So the Holy Quran, Allah the Exalted, is telling us that they did not kill him. Even though they're claiming they killed him, they did not kill him. They did not. And they did not crucify him. It wasn't him. But they thought it looked like it happened. So we have in another verse of the Holy Quran, Surah 3, ayat 55, إِذَا قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا إِيسَى إِنِّي يُتَوَفِّيكَ. So we'll read the verse in the English here. We have, when Allah said, O Isa, I shall take you up. This is a mutawafika. To talk around what this word means. وَرَفِي'ُكَ, and raise you, ilayya, to me. So towards myself. And I shall, that's transinterpretation of raise you towards myself. And I shall clear you. I shall clear you. I will purify you and purify you min aladhina kafaru, from those who disbelieve. Waja'ilu aladhina attaba'uka fawqa aladhina kafaru illa yawmi al-qiyamah. And I then and I will raise those, and I will and those who follow, and I will make those who follow you, and I will make those who and make those who follow you above those who disbelieve till the day of, to the day, not till, to the day of Qiyamah, to the day of resurrection. Thumma ilayya marji'ukum. Then to me is the return of you all. Fa'ahkumu bainakum fima kuntum fihi takhtalifun. Then to the where so then to me is the return of you all. Then I will judge between you all in it what you were differing. I will judge between you all about what you were differing, kind of idea. So we see that the Islamic narrative, Allah the Exalted is telling us, they did not crucify him. They did not kill him. Allah raised him and cleared him of the disbelievers. So now we have a narration, a reliable hadith about how this happened. And this is where you'll see, if you've watched TV or if you looked around, you'll see this is going to differ slightly about what happened here. This narration, narrated through Humran ibn Ayun, he has narrated that Imam Bakr alayhi salam, our fifth Imam, that he said Isa alayhi salam had made a promise to his companions the night when Allah took him up to himself. They gathered with him in the evening. They were 12 men. So see, now you can see there was 12 of his companions, ashab. And he admitted them in a house, and they came to them from, and then so he admitted them into a house, and then came to them from a fountain in the corner of the house, shaking off water from his hair, and said, "Verily, Allah has revealed to me that He is going to take me up just now to Himself and purify me from the Jews," as these were ones who were disbelieving in Him. Now, who among you that my features be put on him? So now he's asking them, which one amongst you will take my features put on him? You see how there could be a kind of shubahat here now, kind of confusion who it is. So who is it that my features be put on him, in order that he is killed and crucified, and he shall be with me in my rank? Okay, see, you can see clearly here, the offer here differs from what you see in a movie, right? Differs when maybe you've heard. They're usually this guy who took on the role, who was crucified in his place. Some portray him as a bad guy. But here, no. This person's a special person. This person has taken on the rank, or has taken on this role to die in his place, and he has special rank. He has a special status. A young man among them said, "Ana, Ya Ruhullah, O Spirit of Allah." He said, "So you are that." Then Isa alayhi salam said to him, "Why, surely there is one of you who will reject me 12 times before the morning. There's one who will reject me 12 times before the morning." One of them said, "Am I that, O Prophet of Allah?" Isa alayhi salam asked, "Do you feel it in your heart? Then be you that." Thereafter Isa told them, "Why, surely you will divide after me in 3 groups. Two groups forging lies against Allah in the fire." So those groups, they'll be in the fire. And one group following Shamun, being true to Allah, in the garden. They'll be in the garden. Shamun is Arabic for Peter. So that is the authentic teachings of Peter, which I don't know how much of that actually still is present. So then Allah caused, at least amongst Christian tradition, right? Have to do an analysis. Then Allah caused Isa to ascend to him from the corner of the house while they were looking at him. So they looking at him, and he ascended from the corner of the house. Then the Imam alayhi salam said, The Jews, they came searching for Isa alayhi salam the same night, and they caught the man about whom Isa had said, "Surely there is one of you who will reject me 12 times before it is morning." And they took the young man who had been given the features of Isa, and he was killed and crucified. And he for whom Isa had said that he would reject him 12 times before it was morning, did reject him. So this hadith is reliable, a Rajali examination. This is a reliable hadith. It's narrated from Ali ibn Ibrahim al-Qumi, a teacher of Sheikh Kulaini, the author of Tafsir Qumi, from his father, Ibrahim ibn Hashim, who's thiqa, trustworthy, from Ibn Abi Umair, who's thiqa, trustworthy, from Jamil ibn Salih, who's thiqa, trustworthy, from Humran ibn Ayun, and he's mentioned by Sheikh Tusi as being a companion of Imam Bakr alayhi salam. Okay, so that is about the some things about the birth and about the raising or ascent of Prophet Isa. So now another thing that we could look at before we end these lessons, is adultery and lust. In Matthew chapter 5, 27 to 27 to 30, actually, you find, "You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and throw it away. It is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body be thrown into hell." Now, of course, uh, Islamically, it's haram to cut out your eye, right? Because it's in medium harm. But maybe we could take this as a metaphorical kind of meaning of how we could be severe with yourself. Don't let yourself commit the sins, right? Stop yourself. Okay, so anyways, it continues. "And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body go into hell." So in Islam, both adultery, zina, both adultery and looking with lust are forbidden. These are two very dangerous sins, by the way. We find in the Holy Quran, this in Surah 24, ayat 30. This is part of verse 31, ayat 30, and ayat 30, part of ayat 31. We find, I'll just read the transinterpretation. "Tell the believing men to cast down their looks. Yagudu min absarihim." So lower their sights and guard their private parts. That is more decent for them. That is more more pure for them. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ. Allah is indeed aware, verily Allah is knowing, aware of what they do. And tell the believing women, yakdudna min absarihinna. Lower, cast down their sights and to guard their private parts. So you see, in Islam we have this, and this is you could look. Every scholar is going to tell you to look with lust at is something forbidden. So this is another common feature that we could have, that to not look with lust and also not commit adultery and zina. We have also, you find in the attributed New Testament, "Think not that I have come to abolish the law of the prophets. I have come not to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, till the heaven and the earth passes away, not an iota, not a dot will pass from the law until it is accomplished. Whenever or whoever then relaxes one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven, but he who does them and teaches them shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. We in Islam believe that Allah the Exalted allowed him to allow some things which were forbidden on them, and also to affirm what came before him. So I talked about that earlier. The point here is that these passages prove from the Christian side, their evidence from the Christian side, that there is still adherence to the law. There's not abrogation of the whole law, and not the total abolishment like many Christians had thought. Also, we could take this as very important for us from an Islamic lens. We have to fulfill the laws. We have to obey the laws. We don't just drop them here. We don't just abolish them. We should be making sure that we are good, righteous people. So that ends our course on comparative religion. Wa akhiru du'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.